Have you ever wondered, why do some people chase money endlessly, while others seem almost indifferent to it? Why can two people with the same income feel completely different levels of satisfaction? The truth is, money doesn't just exist in your wallet, it lives in your brain too. And understanding what it does to your body and mind might explain more about human behavior. When you earn money, whether it's a paycheck, a winning trade, or even finding a $10 bill on the street, your brain releases dopamine. It's the same chemical that fires when you fall in love, eat your favorite food, or get a like on social media. In other words, money doesn't just buy comfort, it gives you a hit of pleasure. That's why even the idea of money, seeing numbers go up, getting a raise, or imagining future success can make you feel good. But here's where it gets tricky. The dopamine rush from earning money doesn't last. Just like with sugar or caffeine, you build tolerance. The first bonus excites you. The next one feels normal, and soon, you need more to feel the same high. This is how wealth becomes addictive, not because of greed, but biology. You're not necessarily chasing money itself. You're chasing the neurochemical thrill it gives. Now, this might sound bad, but dopamine isn't the villain. It's what drives ambition, creativity, and problem solving. It's the reason humans built cities, wrote symphonies, and invented the internet. But when dopamine becomes unbalanced, when it's all chase and no contentment, that's when you start to feel the never enough syndrome. So, what happens when people actually get rich? Surprisingly, research shows that after basic needs and security are met, more money adds very little to happiness. The brain adapts, luxury becomes baseline, and soon, even a mansion can feel as ordinary as a one-bedroom apartment used to. This phenomenon has a name: hedonic adaptation. It means your brain constantly resets its happiness threshold. You buy, enjoy, adjust, then crave more. It's an endless treadmill. But not everyone runs on that treadmill the same way. For some people, money activates the amygdala, the part of the brain linked to fear and anxiety. These are the savers, the cautious ones, the money equals safety types. Their stress reduces only when they feel financially secure. For others, money lights up the nucleus accumbens, the reward center. They're the risk takers, the investors, the money equals excitement types. They get more dopamine from earning than from keeping. Neither is wrong, they're just different physiological responses to the same thing: cash. And then there's oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Did you know generosity literally changes your body chemistry? When you donate money, tip generously, or help someone in need, your brain releases oxytocin and serotonin, creating a warm sense of connection and peace. That's why studies show that giving can make you happier, that money, it turns out, is deeply emotional. But emotions come from biology. When you lose money, your brain reacts as if you've experienced physical pain. That's why losing $100 hurts more than gaining $100 feels good. It's called loss aversion. And here's something even more fascinating: scarcity. Just the feeling of not having enough can shrink your cognitive capacity. When your mind is preoccupied with bills, rent, or debt, your IQ can temporarily drop, not because you're less intelligent, but because your brain is in survival mode. That's why poverty isn't just an economic problem, it's a physiological one. It hijacks attention, floods the body with cortisol, and keeps the nervous system in constant stress. You can't plan long-term when your biology thinks you're fighting to survive. But here's the good news: the brain is plastic. It can rewire. It can learn new associations with money, not just stress or excitement, but balance. You can train your nervous system to respond differently. How? By practicing gratitude before consumption, by celebrating effort instead of just results, by connecting earning with meaning, service, purpose, or impact. When you do that, you shift your brain from a dopamine loop to a serotonin state, from temporary pleasure to lasting contentment. In ancient philosophy, they said, "He who knows he has enough is rich." Modern neuroscience says the same thing, just in different words. When your brain stops confusing money with safety or status, you finally experience wealth, not as a number, but as a state of regulation, peace, and clarity. Money will always move through society like blood through veins. It keeps economies alive, but your relationship with it determines whether it fuels your growth or your stress. So, Maybe the real question isn't how much money do you have, but what does money do to your body? Because the richest person in the room isn't the one with the most wealth. It's the one whose nervous system feels safe, even when the market doesn't. And if you can reach that point, then you've mastered not just money, but the very physiology of peace.